Hi, my name is Aditya Narayan Porandla. I am a pharmacist by education, and by passion I like to call myself an alchemist of words. I know alchemist sounds too magical or wizardly, but yes, I would like to call myself that, an alchemist of words. Okay, so this journey with respect to writing actually started in right from my, I should say, from my 8th standard, so middle school. Okay, and I used to write now and then, but those were like just tinkle kind of stories, those small superhero, imaginary friend kind of superhero kind of stories. Then I slowly graduated to reading books. I was lucky enough to be in an atmosphere where we were surrounded by books. My father was an avid reader. My mother is an avid reader. My brother and sister, they are both avid readers. My sister-in-law is an avid reader. My wife is a reader. So we have books all over. So I was lucky enough to be in an atmosphere where there were books everywhere. So it was but natural that I pick up that habit, the good habit of reading. So the first book that I can remember reading was, I don't remember the title, but it was to do with Chandragupta Maurya, the Maurya dynasty, and one of the mythical kings of that dynasty is Skandagupta, and how he has to deal with the palace politics, and how the Greeks have just started entering India, and how there is tension between the Vedic society and the Greek Western kind of society. There was no East or West then, I think, but then there were two. That whole book talked about the tensions, the cultural tensions between the Asian and the European. So let's put it that way: the Asian and the European cultural tensions. So by reading that book, I was drawn to history. So I wanted to know how people were, how we came to be as a nation, as the world's one of the few continuous civilizations for more than 7,000 plus years. If you take other civilizations, Egyptian, Mesopotamian, the Zoroastrian, the Persian civilizations and all that, they've all ended. Egyptian civilization ended with the Romans. The Mesopotamian civilization ended, it just died off. But we are lucky enough to be a part of a civilization which is continuous. Yes, we have had breaks in between, but the core of the core tradition still stays. We have been influenced by a lot of philosophies, by a lot of religions, by a lot of different cultures. But the Indianness, well, I will not call it the Indianness, the Bharatiyata. Okay, nothing political about this. The Bharatiyata, that special thing to do with the subcontinent that has stayed intact for 7,000 plus years, and hopefully it will continue to stay. So I was very much intrigued by this continuous development. There have been downfalls. At one point it was called the Golden Bird. Now it is, hopefully it will be that, but it would take a lot of efforts. Anyway, so let's not go into that. So so I started reading more with respect to history, Indian history in particular. And then, but what I found was most of the history that was there, or the books that were there, were mostly written. I am born in the late 70s, So during the 80s, 90s, and even the early 2000s, mid 2010 and even till 2020, I still have to see authors who present the history of the Indian subcontinent. India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, and the Far East countries. It was a continuous civilization thing, right? So we don't see a lot of material that is there on that. What we see is what an outsider is telling us. But unfortunately, we have been here, even though we were not there at that time. But we've been here, and we have had a very robust oral tradition. So that has been handed down to us, but nobody is making a serious effort. Recently, I'm still reading a book by Sanjeev Sanyal called The Revolutionaries. Okay, just the recent history, if you take the early 1900s, late 1800s, so much has been shoved down our throat that which is not true. When you read the books by Mr. Sanyal and the book The Anarchy by William Dalrymple, and you read the book by Ms. Anand regarding the Kohinoor, you get to know so many things that have been hidden from us, maybe due to political compulsions, because of so many other things. But it is time for the people to come out with the truth. The written word has a lot of power. Okay, what cannot be said can be written, and it will be a word starts to live the moment it is uttered, and it becomes eternal the moment it is written down. That's my understanding of language and the power of the word. So my journey took me through trying to figure out how to write a historical book, and through the decades I've been reading so many books, and then I'm not just into history. I read. I mean, it's an eclectic sort of collection. I read so many different books. So this reading habit has been there with me. So finally, during the pandemic, there was a lot of time. Suddenly, a thought occurred to me. I am from Hyderabad, from the Telangana region, and so little has been written about the great Kakatiya dynasty. Okay, there are books about the Chalukyas, the Rashtrakutas, the dynasties which came before Kakatiya, and the Kakatiyas were sort of an offshoot of them. Not exactly an offshoot, but for simplicity's sake, we'll call it an offshoot. So there's not much written about them. So then I embarked on a magnum opus kind of thing that I wanted to write with respect to Kakatiyas. But then, in order to make it interesting, I wanted to make it a historical fiction. So there my journey started. Okay, that intention was there to write, the idea was set, I knew what I wanted to write, the idea was there, I knew how I have to write it, but I didn't know the in and out of the whole process of writing. So I have this thing where that when I do something, I am a big procrastinator, and I've been slowly breaking that habit. Thanks to my mentor Siddharth, I will talk about him more in a few more minutes. So anyway, so now I wanted to know the whole thing, the art of writing, as it is called, how it has to be dealt with. So I was looking in books. I bought a whole lot of books. If I would turn the camera, you would see that the whole room is full of books. Actually, I have about 62 books, as I counted yesterday, on writing, the art of writing. So you can imagine how crazy I was to have that perfect writing style and all that. Everything can be done by yourself. The do-it-yourself thing is there because now everything is available through technology. But everyone needs an accountability partner. Yes, you are your best accountability partner, but you need a guiding hand. That's where a mentor or a coach comes in. So as I was looking on the internet, trying to figure out the best writing coach and all that, in Facebook I came across one of the writing coaches called S.I.M.P. So I joined her class, and as it is with me, I followed the procedure for the first 3 to 4 weeks. There was a lot of gamification in it, that you do a certain task, you get rewarded these points and all that. So till an extent it was okay. I did it, but then the procrastinator that I am, that just fizzled out. And then with that, again the pandemic really got worse, and life took over basically. And then there came a point early 2022. Again, I got this itch to write. I had during this period from 2021, when I joined Shweta's class, to 2022, I searched the entire internet, archive.org, Gutenberg project, the ASI online library. I even went to the state archives in Hyderabad, that is there in Tarnaka, took out some books. I even went to the Usmania University library, got some books. I took up membership in the British Library, but then after the pandemic, the British Library got closed down. So I had all that research, I had all that material, I have everything ready. But the thing is, I need to sit down and write. So many people say that it is very easy, you just sit and write. But that is the most difficult part. The starting is the most difficult part. Okay, and once when you start, to take it forward, you would need a systematic approach. You cannot go about it haphazardly. As in with anything in life, you cannot go about anything haphazardly. It has to be done in a systematic manner. So, having said that, what I could understand is, I need a mentor. So now I need a mentor who would not just tell me, who would show me. Like they say in the literary world, show and don't tell. So when you write, you show the reader, you don't tell the reader. So you write something and leave the imagination part of it. Well, you have imagined something and you put it down on paper, but then you don't describe each and everything to the reader. Leave the imagination to the reader, because the reader is more intelligent than us, or than the writer. By us I mean the writer, because they may be exposed to so many books on the same subject, but they picked you. Why did they pick you? Because they must have read something on the blurb, on the back of the book, or they must have read something in the review written by somebody about the book, and they must have liked it, and out of the millions of books out there on the same subject, they picked you. So give them that respect. Give them that respect. They have made an intelligent decision of picking you. Okay, so I'm going a bit tangential, so let me come back. So my search for a mentor started. Now I was looking for a mentor who would show but not tell me. I know what has to be done. I know that I have to write it. I know that I have to edit it. I know that I have to format it. I know that I have to publish it. I know everything. But the thing is, I'm not doing it. So I need somebody who would push me to do it. Okay, now I can ask my wife, I can ask my mother, I can ask my sister, I can ask my brother, I can ask my extended family, I can ask my cousins, everyone, somebody to be my accountability partner. But they have their own lives. So I should look for a person who is dedicatedly coaching people in order to achieve their dreams, in order to achieve what they want to do in life, with no ulterior motive. Yes, there is money involved, because you have to give the Guru Dakshina to the Guru. There is no free lunch. You need to pay the Guru Earlier it used to be in kind, now it is in money. Yes, everyone needs money. Money is not evil. What one does with money is could be evil. So money by itself is not evil. In fact, we pray money. I mean, Hindus, the Sanatana Dharma, we give divine value to money. So something which is divine cannot be evil, right? So money is not evil. What somebody does with it can be evil. So anyway, so I was looking for a coach who had all this, and I was lucky enough that during one of the sessions of Sweta, she was talking about her mentor, and it turned out to be Siddharth Rajshekar. So now I don't know who this guy is. I have never heard about him. He's not doing a lot of advertisement, or maybe he's doing advertisement in channels where I am not present in, or I am in channels which are not geared towards coaching. So I didn't hear him, and then during this process, I came to know about an organization called Success Gyan, which is based in Chennai, and it is run by an awesome gentleman called Suren. So Siddharth Rajshekar is associated with Success Gyan. So first I attended one of Success Gyan's sessions. It was a comprehensive session. It had all the big names in training. Blair Singer, Tony Robbins, Thaddeus Lawrence, Pooja Puneet, Dr. Meghna Dikshit, and many more. Rajiv Talreja, and many more. And even Siddharth Rajshekar. So Siddharth Rajshekar happened to be the MC, the Master of Ceremonies for that particular program. So I was like, okay, all right, this guy could be a good MC. Maybe he has a nice way of talking, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he could be a good coach, right? So that is but natural. Just in one meeting you cannot really decide. You can judge, but you cannot decide. You can easily judge, because judging by itself is almost negative in connotation, but decision is something which is positive in connotation. So your mind will easily let you judge someone, but in order to decide if that person is the right person to mentor or coach you, it would take a little bit of more research or more number of meetings. So I attended 16 of his webinars. Okay, and in all the webinars he was just talking about his freedom business model and how it is done and all that. So I joined that in January 26th, 2022, Republic Day. And then from then on, my life changed. First of all, yes, I still am a very lazy person. Ask my family; they will have a lot of stories about my laziness and all that. But now that laziness has become a sort of good laziness, I am what is good laziness, bad laziness, I cannot really express in words. But earlier, I used to just sleep. Now, I'm not sleeping. I am thinking. My eyes are closed, but I'm not asleep. I'm thinking. So I'm using that downtime to think what to do, how to do it. Why is it this way? Why is it not that way? Why did he, different things. So, and then this person gave me a system, because everything needs a system. When you follow a system, then it can be done, because people fail, systems don't. We have a saying that ये सिस्टम ही खराब है. सिस्टम ही खराब है क्योंकि लोग खराब हैं. लोग जो उसको चला रहे हैं खराब है. सिस्टम खुद खराब नहीं है. सिस्टम जो है जो भी है इससे हम देश चल रहा है. पिछले 75 ईयर्स से देश चल रहा है सिर्फ क्योंकि सिस्टम है. मगर लोग उसको जो चलाते आ रहे हैं, जो थे और जो अभी हैं और शायद जो आएंगे, अगर वो उसको ऐसे ही चलाते रहेंगे तो सिस्टम खराब नहीं है, हम लोग खराब है. तो एंड दिस इज नॉट पॉइंटिंग टू एनीवन, दिस इज अ नेकेड ट्रूथ which everyone knows. that in 75 years we were supposed to be somewhere and we are still we're still getting there. Anyway, so I don't mince my words. I'm always no fluff, no BS. I say what I have to say, and that's why many people are put off by the way that I say things. But eventually they turn out to be true. कड़वा लगेगा बट सच का स्वाद ही कड़वा है. मीठा सच कभी नहीं होता, कड़वा सच ही होता है. Okay. Anyway, so this guy gave me a system and he said there is no shortcut to fame, and don't be cheap on your journey to greatness. Now this was told to him by his mentor Blade Singer, and I am lucky to have attended Blade Singer's sessions, and I am lucky to have attended Thaddeus Lawrence's sessions, Rajiv Talreja's sessions, sessions by I have his name right here, Julia Chabon, and I've also read books by Stephen R. Covey, and also attended some of the sessions by Jack Canfield and all that. So all these people are talking about systems, and they're talking about a code of honor. So when you have a system, you need to follow the system, and once you follow the system and you make it a day in day out routine, you make it a routine, then you'll achieve success. So now my path, in order to gain the confidence to coach people to write, and then it says frame rate too slow, so I don't know how to do it. Anyway, I'm just going to go with what it is. If it is not good, it's not good. What is there is there. Hopefully. Okay, right. So yeah, so we were talking about systems, right? So a system needs to be in place. So, and by following the system, I could create a system of my own which would help people get on to this exciting journey of writing and being able to publish their own book. Now, there is nothing wrong in approaching a traditional publisher like the big publishing houses, the Penguin Random houses, the HarperCollins, the Juggernaut, the Simon and Schuster, and all those big guys. Okay, you can, but it would take some amount of credibility and some amount of recognition on your part, so that a literary agent would first approach you, or you can approach a literary agent to have your book published, or I have a chat saying not audible. Okay, am I audible? Somebody please respond. Okay, let me quickly change the audio settings. I don't know if I can do it now. Let's see if I can do it now. Oh, bummer, I can't do it now. So, alright, let's go back to live. Okay, God, this is what I hate about not knowing what you're doing before doing something. So you need to know what you're doing. How do I get back? Okay. Now it's good. Okay, thank you. All right, Sunaina. So we have one person. Okay, Sunaina Sindhwani, who is one of the attendees, the only one attendee, which is good. It's fine. Even one is fine. Even if one person is listening to me, that's equivalent to a million. Sunaina Sindhwani is an awesome, published, best-selling author. You need to go and get her 2 books. One is I have it right here. God, I breathe my last for you, and the other one, her latest book is The Purple Couch. Okay, I breathe my last for you is a rendition of a true story of a woman who goes through ups and downs in her life, and The Purple Couch is a very bold book to do with the trials and travails of the LGBTQ community, and Sunaina Sindhwani happens to be one of the few bold authors in India who has gone ahead and written about it. So hats off to her. So let's come back to the system. So you need to have a system in place. I keep saying system in place, system in place, system in place. So what is a system in place? System is nothing where it is a series of steps, or it is a plan that you need to do one by one by one by one. You can't jump from 1 to 5 or 2 to 10 or 3 to 8 or something like that. It has to be done stepwise. So when you have a system, you can keep checking off things off your to-do list, and it makes life that much more easier. So after having attended many master classes, and after having read a lot of books on writing by Joanna Penn, by Stephen Hawking, by Jeffrey Goins, after having going through the War of Art, after having read books by Haruki Murakami, Dreher's English, I am not just giving out the names to prove that I know a lot of things. I don't know many lot of things, but at least I know one thing, that all these books talk about systems, and they talk about, well, they may be talking about systems in different ways, but all of them are talking about a system. So I came up with something called S.I.M.P, Self-Publishing Independence Mastery Program. So what this does is, I have divided it into 12 steps, 12 broad steps and 6 main steps. So the first step is to do with the mindset, because once you set your mind to do something, then only you will be able to do it. Okay? You need to have your mind in the correct place, or in the correct wavelength, or in the correct way for you to focus on something. If your mind is going here and there, and it is not kendrikrit or focused on one thing, then you will never be able to achieve it. It is a given. Okay. If you have heard about the power of subconscious mind, or James Allen's book As a Man Thinketh, or if you have read or heard The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, you would understand what I mean by the power of thinking. You are what you think. If you think that you cannot do it, you will not be able to do it. And the universe will also act in a negative way. It will send you negative vibes, because you yourself are so much full of negativity. So in order to achieve something, you need to have the relevant or the proper mindset. Not the relevant, you need to have the proper mindset, the can-do mindset, or to achieve mindset. If your circumstances are not allowing you to have that mindset, then you create the circumstance. Like George Bernard Shaw says, and Earl Nightingale in his Strangest Secret quotes George Bernard Shaw. George Bernard Shaw said that people are always looking for circumstances and they blame the circumstances. If you can't find the circumstance which is or the circumstances are not conducive to you. Create circumstances which are conducive to you. Everything is up to you, how you deal with it, how you face it. If you are negative, everything will seem to be negative and you'll only get negativity. When you give out positivity, you'll receive positivity. You will get what you give out, always. So I listen to Stranger's Secret by Earl Nightingale every day. It is recommended twice a day by my mentor Siddharth, but sometimes I do it twice a day, but regularly I do it at least once a day, either early in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, whenever, or just before going to bed, whenever I get the chance. It's a 35 minute video or 35-minute audio. Okay, so the mindset. Once your mindset is set, then you need something called skill set. So your mind has been set that you want to write and you want to be a best-selling author. Not just a best-selling author, you want to be a best-selling author of a masterpiece. Okay, and let me also tell you that for anything to be achieved, you should not run behind perfection, because perfection is a myth. The more you keep running behind perfection, you will not achieve the thing. You just do what you have with you at that point in time. Version 1 is better than none. Version 1 is better than none. So you do what you have at that point in time, but also make sure that it is not mediocre. So when I am telling you that my program will help you to achieve mastery in self-publishing, I am not just talking about helping you publish your book on Amazon Kindle or on Barnes & Noble, Kobo, Apple Books, Google Play, and Flipkart and all other places. I am telling you that I will give you steps and it is all up to you. I will show you the path. You have to travel on the journey. I will be with you as your loyal companion on the journey to greatness, on the journey to create an eternal legacy for yourself and for the generations to come. I will be with you till the journey ends, but it is you who has to embark, who has to start on the journey, and who has to learn. You may fall down sometimes. I will give you a hand, I will raise you up. But once you have risen up, you may stumble across a small rock, or maybe you need to push a huge, a small stone or a huge rock. I will help you push that rock, but I cannot alone push that rock. I will need you also to push that rock. All right. So you need the skill set. So what is the skill set? Well, you have decided to write. You would need to know a little bit about the genre which resonates with you, or the genre with which you resonate. So you need to identify the genre, you need to identify your own unique style, and you need to create an outline. So you need to learn a few skills, and you need to unlearn a lot other skills which have been given to us. That saying that yes, you just write, publish it, and send it to Kindle and people will read it. No. If you do that, you will publish it. Yes, you will be a published author. But the thing is, the moment people start reading your book and till the second or the third page, they know that you are not an author. You are just written it so that you just want to be on Amazon Kindle list. You can do a lot of marketing gimmicks to put it up in the first 10 or the first 100 or the first 1,000. It is a global marketplace, right? So even if you're in the first 1,000, then it is something. There's a lot of search engine optimization and all those things that you can do to be in the top 1,000. But you know in your heart that what you wrote is garbage. You just wrote it because you just wanted to do it. But don't just do something because others are doing it. Don't conform. don't conform. First confirm with yourself that you are up to do it, you're capable to do it, and you will do a good job of it, not just a mediocre job of it. So for that you need to know, you need to acquire a few skill sets. Once you have the mindset in place, once you have the skill set in place, the third thing that comes is the tool set. So you would need, by tool set I mean the pen and paper. If I have to put it very simply, I would call it the pen and paper, or the pen and the book, or the laptop that you're using, or the word processing hardware or software that you're using. You would need, now we are in the digital age, we are in the age of artificial intelligence. You need not be afraid of artificial intelligence. Actually, we are at the most exciting time in the human history, where we have designed technology, or we have made technology which will help us write, which will help us create. Okay, so you can use all these new things, Chat GPT, on the OpenAI platform. You can use all these software like Vellum, like these word processing things like Grammarly, ProWriting Aid, Scrivener. There are so many other things. So those are the tool sets that you need to acquire. So mindset, skill set, and tool sets, these are the three essential foundation. The fourth comes consistency. You need to be consistent, because if you're not consistent, then obviously it comes to naught, right? So you need to be consistent. Fifth, you need to be accountable. Well, you can get accountability partner. I will be your main accountability partner, but you know who is the best accountability partner? You yourself. Because you can tell me that, yes, Aditya, in that PDF that you gave, in that planner that you gave, yes, I have filled this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things. So I am done with the task for this day with respect to the writing. But who knows that you must have just ticked it for the sake of ticking. You know, you can lie to me, you can lie to others, but you cannot lie to yourself. So you are your best accountability partner, and you need to develop that accountability. So mindset, skill set, tool set, consistency, accountability, and then willpower. Willpower, yes, willpower is a function of mindset, but then you would need willpower and self-confidence in order to face rejection, because rejection will happen. Don't think that it will not happen, that you are immune to rejection. Rejection will happen. It may happen in the form of a very honest review of your book, or very honest critique of your work. Okay, so you would need to have the self-confidence and the willpower to take it in the stride. First of all, what I would suggest is, don't read the reviews, don't read the critics. Just continue with your work, because some people will have a very honest opinion, and some people are judgmental because they haven't been able to do it. Even though you are a stranger, they don't know you. It is just but human nature that we will tend to judge people who have done something that we couldn't do, or we are too shy, or we are too much in our comfort zone, or we have too many limiting beliefs, or those inner little voices telling us that we cannot do it. So when somebody is doing it, and when somebody has done it and achieved it, there will be people who will put you down. So you would need willpower and self-confidence to come over that. And the most important thing, you need to have your code of honor. There is a code of honor in our in the society that I'm part of, Internet Lifestyle Hub. I have created a code of honor on those lines for the written word hub and academy, of which S.I.M.P is a part. So there you need to have your own set of ethics and codes, and you need to also adhere to the code of honor of the society or the mentor who is, or the coach who is helping you. Because humans are social animals. Okay? Society has some code, society has some ethics, society has some laws. Without society, without that social responsibility, we are just animals. Right? So you need to have a set of principles. So let's call it a set of principles, your own principles, that you would have to draw a line कि अगर ना है तो ना है. Just because somebody is doing it, मैं गलत को सही नहीं बोलूँगा, और अगर गलत हो रहा है तो just because nobody is saying anything, I will also keep going. गलत हो रहा है तो अपनी आवाज़ उठाओ. जागो मोहन प्यारे, जागो जागो ग्राम जागो, kind of thing, right? So you need to have a strong set of principles. You need to have a strong sense of code of honor. Why is this important, and what has this to do with publishing my book? Unless you have a strong set of principles, you will not be able to weather the critics. You will not be able to weather the storm of negative reviews that will come your way. Your book could be the masterpiece, but then people will still trash it. So you need to have that willpower and that self-confidence, and that will happen with a code of ethics, a set of principles that you have done for yourself. And during all this, I am not telling you what to do, I am showing you the way. My take on coaching is not telling people what to do or not teaching them what to do. Showing them that they already know in their innermost mind, they have gone through, everyone is educated not to do with learning, or not to do with education as itself. Everyone is intelligent. Even without education, people can be intelligent. So humans are an intelligent species, right? So you know what is wrong, you know what is, there is that good inner little voice which has a very low voice that comes and tells you that when something is wrong, that gut feeling, that intuition which tells you that when something is wrong, it is wrong. You know that it is wrong in your gut. But still we do something that others are doing. So you need to tap in to the power of your subconscious. You need to tap in to the power of your intuition. Your intuition will never be wrong. Because if you look at the evolution of humans, we were first dwelling in caves. Then we started learning technology, or we started making technology, we started inventing things, we started discovering things, and then we built houses and all that thing. But that reptilian brain is still there. So it is fight or flight. When we are encountered by a lot of danger, physical danger, first, and if you are pushed to a corner, we will fight. Even a cat will fight when it is pushed to a corner. That is basic bestial instinct, animal instinct. That when you push to a corner, you will fight. But first you will run, first you will try to avoid the danger. You will only indulge in that fight if there is no other way. But it is fight or flight. You will try to avoid it, right? So it is there in our basic nature to be an animal. We are animals. People may not like it कि मैं animal नहीं हूँ. So let's not take the literal meaning of the word animal. We are animals. Plants are plants. We are animals. Viruses are viruses. Funguses are funguses. We are animals. We are vertebrates. Not all. Okay. So you would need to. So why am I going into this whole psychological, deep, subconscious thing? Is it all boils down to what you think you are, where you are. If you think you are in a place where nothing can be done about where you are, if you think you are in a place that there is no light at the end of the tunnel, you will be stuck in the tunnel. You will be in that tunnel for the rest of your life. If you are in the tunnel where you think that the process of writing, that no, I don't have a good vocabulary, I don't know what to write about, come on, those are all just excuses that your inner voice, your inner limiting voice, your comfort zone is putting out to you. Because rather than face the danger, not danger, the challenge, you would rather want to be in the comfort zone. You know you want to write, but then the fear of rejection is the danger that is facing you. What if I get rejected? Yeah, what if you get rejected? It's fine. The only time, how will you get rejected? When you write, somebody reads it, that's when you get rejected, right? So, you have already won half of the battle. You have written your book, you have published it, somebody read it, they didn't like it. They rejected your work. It is not necessary that they like your work. It's not necessary that everybody likes what you write. So, you have won half of the battle. Rejection is the first stepping stone to success. As many times as you get rejected, it should make you that much more self-confident and that much more with willpower to take on the challenge by its horn. Okay, so why self-publishing? I had just touched it, and then I came out of traditional publishing and self-publishing. Why self-publishing? It is very difficult, especially in India, to find a good literary agent. Once you find a good literary agent, it is very difficult to pitch your book to the big publishing houses. There are a lot of vanity publishers, there are a lot of alleyway publishers. Why do you want to be taken for a walk, or why do you want to be taken for a long walk by them? Why do you want to be taken for a ride by them when everything is available to you on your computer, on your phone? You just need to write, you just need to write well first, edit it, have it edited, present it in a nice manner, presentable manner. That's where the book cover comes, that's where the formatting comes, that's where the whole presentation, marketing, everything comes. And let me tell you, I'll also give you the skill sets which will help you market your own book, format your own book, create your own cover design and all that, and eventually publish. So why self-publishing? Since it is very difficult, unless you are an established author, to get your work published, be it fiction or non-fiction, by those big publishing houses, you need to first self-publish. And unfortunately, since there are 250 million books, e-books, globally being published every year just on Kindle, through all the platforms, 250 million e-books. Not old books which have been digitized. New books, 250 million. Just let that sink in. 1 million is equivalent to 10 lakhs. I'm not good in math. So 250 million को आप सोचिए कितना बड़ा number है. So many people are writing and they are publishing. How many masterpieces do you get out of that? How many get Pulitzers? How many get Man Booker? How many are selected for Sahitya Akademi? How many are selected? Very few. You can count them on your hands. Why is it? Why is that? Because unfortunately, self-publishing also has become a fad. Okay, people come out and say that I can do it myself and I will do it in 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. Yes, you can do it. But yes, I can make, I can get clay, add water to that, put it on a potter's wheel, start rotating the potter's wheel, and I'll just put my hands on it and I hope that it becomes magically into a pot. No, because I'm not a potter. I don't know how to mold the clay. I don't know how to hold it. In order to first make a proper clay, proper pot, I would need to knead the clay with the correct amount of water. First, select the best quality of clay, knead it with the correct amount of water, and then gear to go and put it on the potter's wheel. So I have nothing to say about people who promise that they can help you write a book and promise that it will be a bestseller in a certain period of time. I'm not here to compete, I'm here to create. So, having said that, I will help you create a masterpiece. It could not be called a masterpiece by others. But as long as you feel that it is a masterpiece in its truest sense, then you have created a masterpiece. It may not sell. It may not sell as much as you would want it to sell. But then you know that in your innermost self that you have created, that you are the creator of a creation that is unique in this universe. And it is just not conforming to the current fad of self-publishing. I'm not making tall claims, I'm not dissing others, and I'm not saying other coaches are bad and I am the best. I will tell you, if you learn from me, you will get, you are guaranteed masterpiece. I don't guarantee anything. Because if I can guarantee something, then I should be able to guarantee that I will be alive tomorrow. I cannot even guarantee that. So how can I guarantee a bestseller? How can anyone guarantee a bestseller? So it all depends upon how you take it. So coaching is about co-achieving. I like to break the word coaching into two words: co-achieving. We are both, you and me, are sitting together, brainstorming and creating a piece of literature which will be bought by some people, which may not be bought by some people. But as long as it is staying true to yourself, staying true to who you are, then you have achieved. Then you have left an eternal legacy for the generations to come. Yes, money is important. You may spend an X amount of money in this course, you may spend an X amount of money getting the tools, you may spend an X amount of money getting the hardware to get to do this, but that is not spending, that is investing. You are investing in your greatness. This may look like a very saley kind of talk, but yes, everything is sales. How did you get to be where you are? You sold your, it would be very raw if I put it this way, but yes, you sold your talent to somebody and they are paying you for that. So let's not go with the negative connotation of the word sold, but you are providing a service to somebody and they're paying you for that, right? So is writing a book or anything, creating anything. You are creating something, and if somebody wants to enjoy what you have created, they need to pay for it in money or in kind. We are in a stage in our evolution or in our societal evolution where the medium of gaining something or buying something is not in kind, it is through money. Yeah, so let it be money, right? So when will you be paid something? When it is of use to others. So whenever you are writing, you need to look at the context of what you're writing, and then you can base your content based on the context that you have chosen to write in. So if your context is strong, then your content will be equally stronger, because you have unraveled the secret of proper writing, the context. As I put it, context is the kingdom where content is the king. Okay, the kingdom will be there as long as there is a king to rule it. If there is no king, still the kingdom will exist, but then it will just be there. So a kingdom needs a king to rule it or to progress. So it's close to 56 minutes of my rambling, I don't know, and I have only one person, and this is getting recorded, so hopefully I will post it on other channels too. So I'm going to start off this written word hub. I have created space on social media in my Facebook profile. It's a Facebook page. It is a VIP members area where you have to answer a few questions and then you can be part of it. It is a private area where only people with the same mindset, people with the same thinking are part of it. I would like to keep it that way because unfortunately we live in an age where social media is also home to a lot of hackers and pranksters and jokers. So we want to keep it very goal oriented. So I have created a space on social media called the Written Word Hub and Academy. So we are going to start the cohort. The first cohort will be of 100 people, hopefully 100 people, so that I can give my complete attention to the first 100 to each and everyone, not for each and everyone. So I would like to keep it at 100. The pricing and everything is tentative, and I have not yet decided on the price. Let me tell you right now, I have in mind an amount of $79.99 for a 90-day cohort, and you will have access to the course material for a lifetime. So that's a given. It doesn't make sense for me to give you access for 90 days and then leave you out to dry. No, I will handhold you for the duration 90 days. If you can achieve it, if you have understood the concept, and if you have gained the confidence to implement it, you will not need me anymore after 90 days. If after 90 days you still need my help, then there is a more comprehensive, the first cohort or the first bundle would be a conceptual bundle. The second bundle would be more implementation oriented, and the third bundle would be a more tactical oriented, where we will even learn about setting up a proper author based business, which will give you additional source of income. And if you follow the system to the T, it could also be the only source of income that you would need if you do it properly. So you may ask, so is that your source of income right now? No, it is not my source of income right now. It is still this is still my additional source of income. And by reaching out to people like you, and by living my passion, and by sharing my passion, I would very much want to make this my only source of income. It may not be in crores, it may not be in 10 crores, but I would need enough so that I can continue to learn and do and then teach it to you. So I'm going to leave a link to a Google form that I have created. In the comments. So please fill that form and let me know. And I'll also leave the link to the Facebook community that I've created in the comments here. Just give me a minute. Let me quickly copy that link for you from somewhere. Hold on just a minute. Hopefully this link is correct. Facebook.com/groups Facebook.com/groups/written word hub. Okay, if it's not there, I mean, if that link doesn't work, as you can see, I should have prepared with those links, but it happens. This was an impromptu thing, and all my sessions are going to be like this. I don't want to sound scripted or कि ऐसे ही करेंगे ऐसे करेंगे ऐसे कि see, this is what I want to read out, you please pay attention to me, I will read it out, and then once I finish reading you ask me a question. No, I will go through a step, a systematic process, but everything will be transparent, and it should be that way. Okay. Alright, so I have posted that link. I'm going to end this live video, and thank you very much for whoever attended. Thank you so much, Sulenaji, and I'm going to post recording of this video, and Jai Hind.